Most people live like time is endless, like they've been promised 10 lifetimes, like the clock doesn't exist. They say, I'll start next year, next month, next Monday. But let me ask you something. What if next year never comes? What if next month is stolen from you? What if tomorrow is a luxury you don't have? You don't have years. You don't have decades. You have this very moment, this breath, this heartbeat, this second, and you are wasting it scrolling, doubting, waiting for motivation to fall from the sky like a miracle. That's the first lie you were ever sold. You have time. No, you don't. Right now, somewhere in the world, someone with less talent than you is winning because they decided to move. Somewhere, someone weaker than you is becoming stronger because they started when it was uncomfortable. Meanwhile, what are you doing? Thinking, planning, hesitating. Comfort is your drug and time is your dealer. You say you're tired. You say you're not ready. You say you'll start when conditions are perfect. But perfection is a fantasy for cowards. Winners don't wait. Winners execute. Winners move now while it's messy, painful, chaotic, and uncertain. Let me be brutally honest with you. The life you want is expensive. And the currency isn't money. It's urgency. It's discipline. It's sacrifice. Every minute you delay is a minute someone else uses to pass you. Every excuse you make is another brick in the wall between you and your potential. You don't need more information. You don't need another video, another quote, another book. You need to get up and do the thing you've been avoiding. Today, this hour, this minute. Stop romanticizing someday. Someday is a graveyard for dreams. Stop asking for motivation. Taking action is what creates motivation. Stop waiting for confidence. Confidence is earned through movement. The version of you that you respect does not exist in the future. It is created in the present by the decisions you make now, not later, not after one more break, not when it's easier. Now. Time is the only true currency you have, and yet most people treat it like it's free. They scroll through social media, binge watch hours of meaningless content, and complain about not having enough of it, all while the clock keeps ticking. Every second that passes is gone forever, and no amount of regret, excuses, or planning will ever bring it back. Think about it. Every single second you waste is a second someone else is using to get stronger, smarter, richer, or faster. Your competitors are not waiting for you to feel ready. They are moving while you are hesitating. And that hesitation, that tiny voice telling you to wait a little longer, that's the thief of your life. Imagine for a moment that time is money, not metaphorically, but literally. If you had a bank account that added 1 second at a time, and once a second passed, it was gone forever, wouldn't you guard it fiercely? Every second you spend procrastinating, doubting yourself, or seeking comfort is equivalent to throwing cash out the window. Yet millions of people do exactly that every day. They treat their lives like an endless allowance, thinking tomorrow will magically provide more hours. The truth is, tomorrow never owes you anything. Time is the one thing you can never earn back. You can make more money, you can learn new skills, you can rebuild your body, but you can never get a single second back. The moment is gone the second it arrives, and the people who understand that, the people who see the urgency, are the ones who dominate. Look around you. The difference between the person who achieves greatness and the person who stays average is not talent. It's not luck. It's how they value their seconds. Every time you say, I'll do it later, someone else is saying, I'll do it now. Every time you delay, they are moving forward. The small victories of today compound into massive results tomorrow, but only if you take action in this moment. The second you decide that time is sacred, your entire mindset shifts. Suddenly, every decision becomes critical. Every action is purposeful. You stop wasting energy on trivial distractions because you understand that the most valuable asset you have cannot be replaced. Here's the hard truth. Most people don't fail because they lack opportunity. They fail because they lack urgency. They have all the talent, all the resources, all the potential in the world, but they are slow to act. Life doesn't reward potential, it rewards execution. And execution is built on respecting time. You don't need motivation to start. You need discipline to honor every second you've been given. Start treating every minute like a bullet moving toward your goals. Start treating every hour like an investment that compounds into your future. The moment you take time seriously, laziness becomes unbearable and procrastination feels like self-sabotage. Think about this. If you were told today that you had only 1 year left to live, how would you spend it? Would you scroll endlessly, wait for the right moment, or complain about being tired? No. You would attack your life with urgency. You would eliminate every distraction. You would focus relentlessly on what truly matters. That urgency should be your mindset every single day, not just in hypothetical scenarios. Because the reality is, you don't have years, you don't have decades, you have now. And now is the only moment you are guaranteed. Guard it, respect it, invest it, and move like your life depends on it, because it does. Thinking and planning feels safe. Sitting back and mapping out every step seems smart. But let me tell you something. Plans without action are just illusions. Dreams are worthless unless you move. The world doesn't reward thinkers, it rewards doers. People talk about getting ready, preparing, waiting for the perfect moment as if life is going to pause for them. Newsflash, it never does. Opportunity doesn't knock politely. It doesn't wait for your motivation to show up. It appears. And if you don't act, someone else grabs it. Every second you spend overthinking, calculating, or hesitating is a second your competition is using to get ahead. You want success? Then start. Start before you feel ready. Start when it's uncomfortable. Start when every voice in your head screams to wait. The magic of progress lies not in waiting, but in moving. Imagine standing at the edge of a cliff, staring at a challenge that terrifies you. Your mind says, I'm not ready. I need more preparation. That's the trap. Planning is seductive because it feels productive without requiring real effort. But no plan survives contact with reality unless you act. Execution is the engine. Action transforms ideas into results, strategy into power, and effort into achievement. Every great person in history, every leader, entrepreneur, athlete, or creator reached their peak not because they had the perfect blueprint, but because they took the first step, then the next, and refused to stop. Waiting for permission, waiting for clarity, waiting for the perfect setup is how ordinary lives are built. Comfortable, predictable, invisible. If you want to be extraordinary, you have to break that cycle. Here's the truth. Most people ignore. The world doesn't care about your potential. Talent is meaningless without movement. Preparation is meaningless without execution. Confidence is meaningless if it sits on the sidelines. Every hour spent thinking is an hour wasted unless it leads to doing. The most successful people don't sit around feeling ready. They become ready by moving. Action is what creates momentum. Action is what builds skill, resilience, and belief. Waiting for readiness is the fastest way to ensure you remain average, invisible, and stuck in the endless loop of could have beens. Let's talk about fear. Fear is the reason most people hesitate. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the unknown. But here's the paradox. Action is the cure. The very thing you're afraid to do is the thing that will make you unstoppable. Every step you take toward discomfort is a step toward mastery. Every time you act despite fear, you rewire your mind to crave progress instead of safety. The first move is always the hardest, but once it's made, momentum becomes unstoppable. Doers create their own courage because courage doesn't exist in waiting rooms. It exists in the battlefield of effort. Look around you. The person who's moving, struggling, learning, failing, adjusting, and doing is far ahead of the person planning endlessly from a safe distance. Progress compounds, results compound, confidence compounds. You don't get ready by planning, you get ready by doing. You don't become strong by thinking, you become strong by executing. Every single moment spent thinking without action is a lost opportunity. Every step you take now creates a future you can't imagine. Every second you hesitate is a second someone else seizes. Success is simple but brutal. Act relentlessly, adjust as you go, and never stop moving. Planning is only valuable if it leads to execution. Stop waiting for perfect conditions, for clarity, for motivation, or for comfort. Move now and watch how the world reshapes itself around your courage, your effort, and your refusal to stay idle. The path doesn't appear until your feet hit it. The opportunity doesn't exist until you claim it. The life you want doesn't wait for you. You have to create it second by second, action by action now. Comfort is a trap. It's subtle, seductive, and deadly. Most people spend their lives chasing ease, avoiding struggle, and pretending that staying in the safe zone will somehow make them powerful. But let me tell you something. Comfort kills ambition. Every moment you choose the easy path, every time you avoid discomfort, fear, or challenge, you are planting seeds of mediocrity. You are training yourself to accept less than your potential. Growth does not happen in warm beds, soft chairs, or predictable routines. Growth happens in struggle, in resistance, in moments where your body screams, your mind protests, and every instinct tells you to quit. If you want greatness, you must seek discomfort. You must chase it. You must embrace it like a weapon because it is, think about it. Every champion, every leader, every person who has achieved something remarkable in this world has one thing in common. They made discomfort their ally. They didn't wait for life to feel easy. They didn't wait for confidence to arrive or conditions to align. They leaned into the struggle. They stared fear in the face and they refused to back down. The body and mind that remain comfortable grow weak, soft, and vulnerable. Comfort rots ambition from the inside. It numbs your instincts. It makes excuses sound reasonable. It convinces you that safety is preferable to action, but safety is a lie. The world doesn't reward those who play it safe. The world rewards those who take risks, endure pain, and push beyond the boundaries of comfort. Here's the harsh truth most people refuse to admit. If you are comfortable, you are not growing. Period. Comfort is a signal that you are stagnant, that you are surviving rather than thriving. It is the enemy of potential. Every time you choose ease over effort, you shrink your future self. Every time you avoid challenge, you delay transformation. Growth is not convenient. It is not painless. It is forged in the fires of struggle, sacrifice, and relentless effort. And the more discomfort you endure today, the stronger, faster, and more capable you become tomorrow. Fear of discomfort is the number one reason people fail to reach their potential. The mind screams for comfort because it doesn't understand the power of struggle. It wants you to stay small, to stay safe, to stay average. But the moment you lean into discomfort, you break free of that prison. Every push beyond pain, every task that challenges your limits, every situation that makes you uneasy is a training ground for excellence. The mind and body adapt, learn, and evolve. Strength, confidence, and resilience are not gifts. They are earned by stepping into the uncomfortable over and over again. Consider this. The people you admire, the people whose lives you envy, didn't get there by sitting back. They got there because they embraced the grind that most people avoid. They trained when others rested. They risked when others hesitated. They endured when others quit. Comfort is not a lifestyle, it is a chain. Every chain has a link, and every link you allow is another barrier between you and your destiny. The only way to break it is to seek struggle intentionally. Make it part of your life. Chase the situations that scare you, challenge you, and push you to your limits. The more discomfort you endure willingly, the less life can throw at you that will break you. Comfort is a killer dressed as a friend, but pain, struggle, and resistance are teachers disguised as enemies. The choice is yours. Remain soft, safe, and invisible, or embrace discomfort and become unstoppable. The world will not wait for you to feel comfortable, and it will not reward hesitation. Greatness is built when you refuse to settle for comfort, when you chase struggle, and when you understand that every ounce of resistance you overcome is a step toward power, mastery, and freedom. Excuses are the chains that keep most people trapped in mediocrity. They sound innocent, harmless even, but make no mistake, every excuse you make is a decision to stay small, to stay weak, and to stay average. I'm tired. I'll start tomorrow. I'm not ready yet. These words are poison. They are the whispers of fear disguised as reasoning. The harsh truth is that excuses are nothing more than a refusal to take responsibility for your life. Every second you spend justifying inaction, blaming circumstances, or waiting for someone else to give you permission is a second your potential is slipping away. The people who succeed, the people who dominate, don't have the luxury of excuses. They make choices, they move, and they act relentlessly no matter what obstacles exist. Think about it. Every time you create a reason why you can't do something, you are training your mind to accept limitations. Every excuse reinforces weakness, hesitation, and doubt. You tell yourself, I can't because, and before you know it, that statement defines who you are. Excuses are seductive because they make you feel justified, safe, and comfortable, but they are killing you quietly, slowly, without mercy. The moment you excuse yourself from action, you hand control of your life to chance, luck, or other people's decisions. And guess what? Chance is cruel. Luck doesn't wait. Other people aren't invested in your success. Excuses are the fastest route to irrelevance, failure, and regret. Here's the brutal reality most people refuse to face. The world does not care about your excuses. Opportunity does not pause for you to feel ready. Time will not wait while you debate reasons not to act. Every second you spend rationalizing your inaction is a second someone else is using to move ahead, grow stronger, and claim what could have been yours. Excuses are invisible chains that prevent movement, while action is the key to freedom. The people you admire, the people who achieve extraordinary results, aren't extraordinary because life treated them better. They are extraordinary because they refused to make excuses. They embraced accountability. They acted when others hesitated. Excuses are also contagious. Once you allow them, they spread into every part of your life. Your work, your fitness, your relationships, your ambitions, all of it suffers. You start to believe you are not capable, that you are not deserving, that you are powerless against circumstance. And when you believe it, you live it. Excuses are lies that slowly become reality. But here's the secret. Every excuse has an opposite action. For every I can't, there is a I will. For every I don't have, there is a I will find a way. The moment you replace excuses with action, resistance with effort, hesitation with relentless movement, your life changes. You stop being a victim of circumstance and start being the architect of your future. Consider the people you see who succeed while others fail. It isn't because they are luckier or smarter. It's because they refuse to let excuses dictate their lives. They understand that discomfort, fear, uncertainty, and resistance are not reasons to quit, but signals to push harder. They embrace responsibility in every moment, knowing that every decision, every action, every sacrifice compounds into results that excuses could never create. Excuses are the enemy of progress. They are the prison of the weak. The strongest, most successful individuals on the planet understand this. They don't explain, they execute, they don't delay, they dominate. And that is the difference between ordinary lives and extraordinary ones. If you want to break free from mediocrity, stop lying to yourself. Stop blaming your circumstances, your energy, your fear, or your doubts. Every excuse you make is a choice to remain small. Every time you act despite the discomfort, despite the risk, despite the fear, you are training yourself to rise above. Excuses die when action speaks louder than words. They vanish when you refuse to settle for less than your potential. Power, success, and freedom belong to those who refuse excuses and take relentless action, no matter what. Your future is not waiting for you somewhere down the road. It's being built in this exact moment, right now, by the choices you make, the actions you take, and the sacrifices you refuse to avoid. Most people live as if their future self will magically appear and take care of everything. They believe they have endless time to fix mistakes, chase dreams, or become someone great. That's the biggest lie of all. The reality is that every decision you make today shapes the person you will be tomorrow. And if you waste this moment, no one else can reclaim it for you. The foundation of your future is laid by your present actions. And the quality of your life depends entirely on the effort, discipline, and focus you invest now. Every action, no matter how small, is a building block. The moments you spend practicing, learning, pushing, and enduring pain are the bricks that form your legacy. But the moments you spend doubting, hesitating, scrolling, or procrastinating are holes in that foundation, cracks that weaken your potential. Your future self is not a magical entity that fixes everything. Your future self is created by your current self, minute by minute, decision by decision. And the harsh truth is that most people never realize this. They wait for inspiration, for the right conditions, for motivation to strike while life passes them by. But opportunity and greatness are not rewards for waiting. They are the results of deliberate, relentless action in the present. Think about it this way. Your dreams don't exist in some distant timeline. They exist in the moment you decide to chase them. Your skills, your strength, your success are not created by wishful thinking. They are forged by doing again and again today. Every action compounds. Every choice compounds. Every sacrifice compounds. If you invest in yourself now, your future self will be unstoppable. If you ignore the present, your future self will be weak, regretful, and filled with what ifs. The moment you understand that your future is entirely dependent on your present decisions, hesitation becomes unbearable and excuses start to feel like poison. Here's the truth most people refuse to face. The longer you wait to act, the more distant your dreams become. Life doesn't pause to give you extra time. Every delay is a lost opportunity that no one else will wait for. The most successful people are those who grasp this fact with absolute clarity. They do not postpone action. They do not wait for perfect conditions. They understand that their future is a product of relentless effort, discipline, and sacrifice starting now. If you want a life of freedom, power, and achievement, you cannot treat the present as optional. You cannot treat the now as disposable. Every moment you spend in doubt or comfort is a moment your future self is silently judging you for. Every choice carries weight. Every action sends ripples forward into your life. When you push yourself beyond limits today, when you embrace struggle, when you refuse excuses, you are building a version of yourself that cannot be stopped. The future isn't a gift. It's a reflection of what you do with the present. Success doesn't come from luck, waiting, or chance. It comes from the relentless decisions you make while the rest of the world hesitates. This is why discipline, focus, and urgency are non-negotiable. The person you are becoming is determined not by dreams or intentions, but by the effort you are willing to put in minute by minute today. If you want to change your life, start treating the present like it's all you have, because in truth, it is. Every choice, every step, every action compounds into the future version of yourself. There is no later when it comes to creating the life you desire. The path to mastery, wealth, health, and power is paved with present moment decisions. Do not waste a second. Every action you take now is the architect of your destiny. Every delay is a thief of your potential. Build your future with urgency, with relentless focus, and with the understanding that greatness is created right here, right now. Urgency is the ultimate power, the secret weapon that separates those who achieve greatness from those who remain average. Most people drift through life thinking they have time, thinking that tomorrow will take care of their goals, thinking that the world will wait while they prepare. That's a trap. Life doesn't wait. Urgency creates momentum. Momentum creates results. Results create confidence. And once you experience the power of acting decisively, hesitation feels like a self-imposed prison. The second you delay, you give your power away, and the world never forgets a missed opportunity. Here's the harsh truth. Without urgency, life will steal everything from you. Time is relentless. It doesn't care about your plans, excuses, or fears. Every day you delay is a day your dreams shrink and your competitors grow stronger. Urgency isn't just about moving fast. It's about moving intelligently and relentlessly. It's about recognizing that the difference between failure and success, between mediocrity and excellence, often comes down to how quickly and decisively you act when action is required. Those who treat life with urgency seize opportunities, overcome obstacles, and create paths where none exist, while those who wait end up regretting every second they wasted. Urgency also transforms fear. Fear is the natural enemy of action. It whispers, wait, prepare, don't risk it. But urgency shatters fear because it forces you to act in spite of it. The people who achieve extraordinary things are not fearless. They simply act faster than their fear can stop them. Every decision delayed allows doubt and hesitation to grow stronger. Every choice made immediately with commitment and intensity builds confidence, courage, and unstoppable momentum. Acting with urgency rewires your mind to expect results, to embrace discomfort, and to thrive in pressure situations. Consider this. If you treated every second as urgent, how would your life change? How many distractions would you eliminate? How many excuses would you abandon? How many steps toward mastery, wealth, and freedom would you take each day? Urgency forces clarity. It forces focus. It forces relentless execution. The difference between those who talk about success and those who achieve it is almost always measured in seconds. The seconds they refuse to waste, the speed with which they act, and the consistency of their relentless pursuit. The world rewards those who act, not those who wait. Urgency is the engine that turns ideas into reality, plans into power, and dreams into dominance. It transforms ordinary effort into extraordinary outcomes. Every single moment you approach with speed, purpose, and intensity compounds into exponential results over time. Without urgency, talent is wasted, motivation fades, and the life you dream of becomes someone else's reality. The people who dominate are not always the strongest, smartest, or luckiest. They are the ones who act faster, more decisively, and with unrelenting urgency, no matter what obstacles lie in their path. Acting with urgency is not optional. It is the difference between success and regret, between mediocrity and mastery, between life that passes you by and life you command. Every second counts. Every choice counts. Every action counts. Treat every moment like it is all you have, because it is. Urgency is power, and power is created in the moments you refuse to wait, refuse to hesitate, and refuse to settle for anything less than relentless action. So ask yourself this. If your time was about to run out, what would you start today? Who would you become? How hard would you push? That version of you already exists, and he is watching you right now, judging your choices. Make him proud. Move. Execute. Choose discipline over comfort. Choose action over fear. Because in the end, you won't regret the things you did. You'll regret the moments you wasted when you had the chance to rise. You don't have years. You don't have endless tomorrows. You have now, and now is where legends are built. So get up, get focused, and get to work.